Oh. Hi, I want to welcome you all to our class today on CBD. Loretta and I are doing it together. And I want to let you know we're going to talk about how using your premium starter kit essential oils can really enhance and add a lot more value to your CBD oils that you use. In order to understand why this works, I'm going to give you a crash course about the endocannabinoid system. I actually practiced how to say that, and we just had someone get on, so hello and welcome. The different types of CBD that you can use and the benefits of combining CBD with essential oils. So please keep in mind that Loretta or I are not a doctor of any kind, nor are we a scientist. We are not prescribing or advising in any professional capacity. We're seeking to share the knowledge that has been researched and put together by Grow Workspace. And they too are not scientists or doctors, but have just done the research. I strongly encourage you to continue to read and research for yourself. Any of this information is readily available on the web.
All right, so we're going to get started with what is the endocannabinoid system. We're going to call it ECS for short because it's easier to say. So the endocannabinoid system is a biological system composed of endocannabinoids, which are endogenous lipid-based retrograde neurotransmitters. That's a big mouthful. They bind to cannabinoid receptors and cannabinoid receptor proteins that are expressed throughout the vertebrate central nervous system, including the brain and peripheral nervous system. So I just want to take a moment here just to mention that if you're like me and you learned about the body systems many years ago, you're going, I have never heard of the endocannabinoid system. That's because they didn't actually discover it until 1992. So it's a fairly new discovery in the body. In layman's terms, the ECS regulates many body functions to help the body maintain homeostasis. Functions like what you can see on the screen, if you can see a screen: appetite, digestion, immune function, inflammation, including neuroinflammation, mood, energy regulation, sleep, reproduction, fertility, motor control, temperature regulation, memory, pain, and pleasure or reward. If any of these get out of balance, the ECS sends out endocannabinoids and enzymes to regulate the body and bring it back into homeostasis. For example, when you get too hot, your ECS kicks into gear and you start to sweat or bring your body temperature down. And I'm just going to take a second to mention that if you're on and you have not muted yourself, you might want to mute yourself because background noise will come through on the recording. Thanks. If you get too cold, you shiver. When you get hungry, your stomach growls. When you get tired, you yawn. So these are all things that the ECS does. If your body is unable to adjust to changes and effectively maintain homeostasis, it will increase the likelihood that you will develop a disease. Your body makes its own endocannabinoids, but you can use plant cannabinoids or phytocannabinoids as well, like CBD, to help support the ECS in maintaining homeostasis in your body, just like you use vitamins for extra nutrients. So this is a good time to just take a second and think about all these functions in your own body. How well is your body functioning in these areas right now? And could you use a little more cannabinoids to help your ECS function more optimally. So again, things like appetite, digestion, immune function, mood, energy, sleep, motor control, reproduction, memory, pain, pleasure, temperature regulation. So those are all things that the ECS does. Now we're going to go on and talk about the difference between THC and CBD, and Deanne is going to talk about that a little bit.
So both THC and CBD are found in the industrial cannabis sativa hemp plant. They have similar structures but are very different. THC, which is tetrahydrocannabinoid, is a psychoactive compound in cannabis. This is a compound that makes you feel high. CBD, which is cannabidiol, does not bind to receptors in your brain and therefore does not make you feel high. Standard 5 and 10 panel drug screening tests for THC but you need to note that when using a product that contains any THC, your drug test may read positive. Standard drug screening do not test for CBD levels. But on the other hand, even though CBD levels are not tested for in standard 5 or 10 panel drug screenings, you must also know your industry standards are if using a CBD product, which make sure it complies with your workplace rules. So I know we have drug testing at work, and I'm going to have to ask and make sure that it's okay. I've not used it since we went back to work this fall. Now that you understand a little bit about the endocannabinoid system and the benefits of CBD, let's look at the differences between full spectrum CBD, CBD Isolate, and the SMART spectrum, which is actually Young Living's term, before diving into some of the best essential oils to pair with your CBD oil to get the greatest effect.
Okay, so full spectrum CBD oil. When extracting a full spectrum CBD, the whole plant is used. It is distilled and extracted down into a full spectrum product that contains everything: CBD, THC, plant esters, flavonoids, terpenes, all together in a liquid form. While full spectrum can be more effective due to the combination of the CBD, THC, and the terpenes, it's also harder to regulate the exact composition of the cannabinoid profile, depending on the strain and the classification used for extraction. So since this product contains THC compounds, although less than 0.3% per law, if you are overly sensitive to THC or need to avoid it for something such as drug testing for your job, then you will want to avoid the full spectrum CBD. So basically, full spectrum contains THC, which can come through on a drug test. I'm a teacher and I don't have drug testing, but Deanne is a bus driver and she does. So that's something definitely to consider depending on your job. Full spectrum is also not ideal for pregnant or nursing moms. Apparently the THC is just not the best for that. So next then, if the full spectrum is not the best, we're going to look at something that is better called CBD Isolate.
So what is CBD Isolate? An isolate is the purest form of a compound. Therefore, a CBD isolate is the purest form of the CBD compound. A CBD isolate is made by taking a full spectrum product and then using supercrucial CO2 extraction to break it down into just CBD. Since the only compound is CBD, you know exactly what is in it. There is no THC in a CBD isolate. This can be beneficial if you are extra sensitive to THC or any other compounds that are in the full spectrum product. This is a safer option for those subject to drug testing and for nursing and pregnant moms. But again, please know that even though CBD test levels are not tested in standard 5 and 10 panel drug screenings, you must know what your industry standards are and if your workplace rules allow you to use a CBD product. So the next one is using an isolate comes with a cost, and we'll talk about what that cost is.
Okay, so here's, if you can see the screen, a frowny face, because the problem with the isolate is in the process of converting a full spectrum product to a CBD isolate, the terpenes, along with everything else, are removed. The terpenes are actually really beneficial. Terpenes are the main organic compound that give essential oils their aromas, flavors, and medicinal benefits. We don't want to miss out on the benefits that terpenes provide. So, as just mentioned, there are terpenes in essential oils. When we use terpenes along with CBD, they have a synergistic effect, meaning they make each other more powerful. But we just removed the terpenes to get the CBD isolate. So how do we get those terpenes back? All right, so then it comes to what Young Living has termed SMART spectrum CBD.
Okay, so SMART spectrum. Now, if you can see the screen, you see the gal is very happy. So by adding essential oils to CBD isolate, you can have created a SMART spectrum, and that is a Young Living term. And what it means is this: essential oils actually contain terpenes. We can add the terpenes back into the CBD isolate by adding essential oils to the CBD. The type of terpenes that essential oils contain will affect the fragrance and the benefits of the particular essential oil. Different essential oils contain different terpenes. And while each oil may have many different benefits, there are some that are known for specific uses. If you want a more calming effect, you would use vetiver or frankincense. If you want an uplifting effect, you might use lemon or peppermint. If you want a physical soothing effect, you may use wintergreen or ginger for tummy problems. In a nutshell, by adding the terpenes found in essential oils to the pure CBD isolate, you are increasing the overall effectiveness of the product. That means that a SMART spectrum product gives you a broader, more robust, purposeful terpene profile than CBD alone, meaning more benefits for you. So again, SMART spectrum is a term trademarked by Nature's Ultra or Young Living, same company. And Nature's Ultra is the first to combine and sell their CBD isolate infused with Young Living essential oils. So what oils do I use for what outcome?
All right, so of course, when I can't fall asleep, you know, I want something to help. When my stomach is upset, I want something to settle it. When I have a headache, I want something to make it feel better. When I feel anxious, I want something to calm me down. Right now, I want something to make the cat go away. Sorry about the meowing in the background. You might be using, if you use CBD already, you might be using it for some of these reasons. I know sometimes I take it to help me sleep. But you can combine Young Living essential oils now with your CBD for enhanced results. Like everything else, quality matters though, and Young Living is the purest and most effective oils that I have ever tried. And here is a list on the screen, or I will read them off as well. A list of just some common CBD uses and the Young Living essential oils that can be used to enhance the benefits. Using CBD for better sleep, you would combine it with lavender. Reducing occasional anxiety, peace and calming, lavender, valor, stress away. Reducing physical stress, stress away, lavender, frankincense, or pan away. Better digestion, digest vitality, peppermint vitality. Decrease pain, pan away. Improving memory, you can use lemon vitality or frankincense. Enhancing mood, raven or lemon vitality, frankincense or valor. Enhancing immune function, thieves vitality, citrus fresh vitality, lemon vitality. Enhancing nervous system function, citrus fresh vitality. So think about why you are using your CBD oil. Which oils would you be most interested in pairing with your CBD oil for your effective results? Maybe just make a list of all the oils that you would be interested in combining with your CBD in the comments if you want to. And just another note, when I mentioned the cat, that was my cat I was talking about, not somebody else's. Sometimes people think, oh, they heard my cat on the phone, over the phone. Not a problem. So now, how do I get these essential oils?
Well, if you are already a member, you most likely got a starter kit when you started. If you want help on how to use the starter kit or what oils to use for what, contact Loretta or I, and we will help you. If you are not a member and you're on here, you talk to us at a show or someplace where we were and want more information, then the starter kit's a great place to start because it has something for all day long. Stress, sleep, immunity, respiratory, pain, it has it all. And so we can, if you want to get a starter kit and get started, or maybe just get a couple oils, contact Loretta or I, whoever talked to you. And if you're not sure, contact one of us and we'll figure it out. You received a text from us, so you can just text us back at that number and you can get started in the next day or so using your using essential oils and CBD. We can also let you know how to get CBD from Young Living. Young Living has their own CBD products. So.
And the nice thing about Young Living CBD is that it already is infused with essential oils. However, you can actually add each of those, since we said different oils for different types of things, you can add those as well. But it does already have some in it, so you get the benefits of the terpenes that have already been added. And all of those essential oils that I listed just now are in the starter kit. All right. Are there any questions? Anybody want to ask a question or make a comment? No? Okay. Well, thanks for coming. And if you have any questions later, you think of something and you just want to just shoot us a text, and we'll be happy to help.
Thank you for being here.